Welcome back to Edelweiss. Last episode, I agreed to somehow get ran 100,000 yen in a few short days. So far, we're having tough luck with that, and I believe like 100,000 yen is like $1,000, I believe, which is especially for a college student, tough money. And some people are lucky to make $1,000 in a week after taxes. Especially where I live, like taxes. Oh man, they take money out of your taxes. I mean, like, let's say if you make $500 a month, they'll take 200 of that out of your freaking thing. So, yeah. So by my estimations, you gotta make at least $1,500. That adds up to about blah, 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 like around $75,000 a month, that's actually like medium upper class money with that. Anyways, back to the story. The next day, I went into the village with no real destination in mind. I wonder if there are any part-time jobs available. Not like I make that much in one day, anyways. Hey, young man, what's wrong? You look like you're in poor shape. The man at the grocery store said hello to me. Do I really look that way? Yeah. You look so darn dejected, then Lady Luck may run right away from you. Really? Even Lady Luck? Yep. She tuck her tail and skedaddle. What's wrong? You got money troubles? Actually, kind of. Then all the worse, you gotta put on a prosperous face or all your business will go south. Really? I see. He's right. Nothing good comes from looking miserable. I'm misfortunate. I should at least act prosperous. Alright, Pops. Money. Give me some money. What now? You're robbing me? Hey dear, bring out my cleaver. No, I was joking. Just kidding. Don't kill me. An old lady came out from around the corner with a huge cleaver in her hand, scaring me. I was just messing with you. How much do you need? Well, 100,000 yen. That's a lot of money. Bill collector's on your tail or something? Not really. I just need the money. Do you know of any jobs I can do? Any kind of work will be fine, even if it's a little harsh. Well, we've got enough people working around here. Even during the summer, we don't get too many tourists coming to this island, right? Only if college girls would come and visit this island, then it'll be a bit more active. It was so quiet, even during summer break. Well, I guess I'll go check the harbor. They say to hop on a boat if you can't repay your debts. Fishing is the best way to make money. Nope, never heard that before in my life. But I don't think there'd be much work to find there either, especially during low tide. I see. Think anyways. Wait a minute, how do we go fishing in the ocean if it's low tide? Wait, maybe you just did it like in a lake that's on the island, or like in a pond that's on the island? Here, take this watermelon. Using the cleaver, he cuts the watermelon in half. Its pleasant smell filled the air. Watermelon on this island tastes amazing. They're big and sweet. Yeah, it did look juicy and delicious. I bit into it before it started attracting any bugs. Wow, it's so sweet. Did you do this with alchemy too? Yep, alchemy, some amazing. That's it, dude. You gotta work with alchemy and sell that shit on the black market for 100,000 yen. If you can really turn lead into gold with alchemy, then it should be pretty easy to make 100,000 yen. I guess I should focus on one thing at a time. Thanks, Pops. Good luck. Wish they made a face for him. Ooh, let me get this. The harbor was like a ghost town. No one was around. Not a chance, huh? I looked down at the edge of the cliff. It was it, Dizzling high. It looked pretty scary. You died instantly if you fell from here. That bitch made me fall off the edge. I'm gonna fucking cut her throat open. Huh? I jumped in surprise, nearly found there was no ground beneath my feet. Ah, dumb bitch. Let me get her face. This is even better. Sheesh, May Sensei caught my body and pulled me back up off the ledge. I made it back to solid ground. I thought I was going to die. Please don't surprise me like that in a place like this. Sorry, I was just kidding. Ask her for money. Ask her for money. Please pick a better time and place. Right, I'm really sorry. By the way, we're 500 meters above sea level. If you did fall, you'd been a goner for sure. If you're aware of that, then be careful then. Uh-huh. I was trembling. Really partly to blame for standing there like that, Haruma-kun. Anyone would want to give you a shove. Stop thinking such dangerous thoughts. Please don't be so upset. I'm not gonna do it again. Oh, see if you can, like, guilt trip her out of 100,000 yen. May Sensei purred like a cat. This is a woman's technique to dodge the topic. Fine then. Actually, her technique was working. What are you doing here? Worried about something? Well, in fact, May Sensei might lend to me if I told her, but I can't rely on her like that. What's the matter? Is it really true that alchemy can turn lead into gold? After hesitating, I asked something else. It wasn't entirely off topic, and it wasn't much different from a question I'd ask in class, so she'd likely answer. Oh, it's good to hear you finally asked something about alchemy. You must have gotten interested in it. Yeah, sort of. My motives seem a bit impure. Yes, but yes. Turning lead into gold is one of the ultimate goals of alchemy. So realistically, doing it is difficult. And if that's your reason for studying alchemy, I recommend quitting while you're ahead. That seems wrong. Alchemy was founded to profit humanity, so why can't you use it for money? Why should you just give up on alchemy if money's your goal when it's supposed to create gold? That's a bit crazy. It's a bit crazy. It's because the true purpose of alchemy is much greater than that. Then the true purpose. I think Haruka said the same thing once. It's alchemy's value. Is alchemy valuable for something? Wait, for something other than making gold? Sorry. Of course. Of course, there's a technique for producing gold that's been passed down. It's rumored that Eden Academy was built using treasure earned through such techniques. Our academy through alchemy? Just a rumor, though. I should have built a better dorm for the boys then. Again, it's just a rumor. The the boys' dorm put aside. Our school was quite aged, judging from the decorum. A lot of gold went to building it. To me, it held an extravagant taste to nouveau riche. Nouveau riche. That was made with money earned through alchemy. How much damn gold do they create? What are you thinking about? Again, it's only hearsay, so don't get too attached to the idea, okay? I guess I look too serious. May Sensei advised me out of genuine concern. I understand. It would be fascinating if it was true. Though, you don't think? It is. But remember, alchemy works based on the principle of equivalent exchange. In other words, you have to pay an equivalent price in order to get it. Price, huh? I'm not quite sure what the principle of equivalent exchange means, but I took it to be similar to there's no such thing as free lunch. It's true. More often than not, easy money is too good to be true. Well, alchemy's not gonna work for me here then. All I could do was this. Mei Sensei, please forgive me for once. What is it? I like how her fingers freaking like her ring fingers like get all bent in and scrunched up. What is it? Just give me my 100,000 yen. Hey, have you seen Kazushi? I haven't seen him all day. Nope, we've been looking for him everywhere. Maybe he's sleeping somewhere. One of his one of his skills is the ability to pass out wherever he feels like. But he always wakes up before mealtime. Isn't it too late for that? Yeah. Don't tell me he ran out without me. Huh? Wait, what? He ran out on me, okay. Nothing. I don't get what's going on, but Kazushi wouldn't run. What? Kazushi wouldn't run. I'm pretty sure you're just worried over nothing. Gamoki? Really? How do you know? I just know. We go way back. We know a lot of things about that guy. Leave him alone. He's fine. By the way, Fu-chan wants to talk to you, Ran-chan. What? Kazuko? Ran, are you hiding something from us? Rin looked puzzled by the sudden question. One thing, it was Fushi and Kazuko asking her. They spoke casually of late. But they were never close friends. Hiding something from you. I know there are plenty of things I don't tell you, but we were never a pair who told each other everything either. You and me maybe so, but what about Haruka-chan or Mizuki? Would you tell them something important? She had less and less... Wait, what? She had less and less of a clue of what Kazuki was saying, what she's talking about. What did she want out of Ran? What is this? Don't beat around the bush. Get to the point. Her mind was on Kazushi right now. If he was sleeping, then fine. But what if he got in an accident or something? On the day he first arrived, he fell from the suspension bridge. You don't want to tell us, I won't force you, but in exchange, shut up and take this. Kazuko handed a brown envelope, and her nose began to twitch. This is all too familiar. Smell inside. What? Why are you giving this to me? She already... It's 100,000 yen. She was already opening the envelope as she asked. No, she was already looking inside. It was a wad of cash like she thought. Nearly all 100,000 yen bills and what? I read that wrong. 1,000 yen bills and a few 10,000 yen bills too. Wow. 102,800 yen, right? Bingo. Wow. How'd you figure out the exact amount from just a glance? What are you? So why are you giving this to me, Kazuko, huh? Then she realized a bunch of girls were gathered behind Kazuko. There were about 10 of them. Hey, Ah-chan, can you give us a bit? Sure. Got it. Hey, get off the cafeteria, man. Kazuko took off with the guys, leaving the girls alone. A few of the girls surrounded Renji felt a bit intimidated. What? What's with everyone? What's with that question? I thought we were friends. What are you talking about? Come on, stop acting stupid, Rin. We all know it. You know Haruma-kun's been trying to raise money for you. Huh? Oh, 100,000 yen? There was just over 100,000 yen inside the envelope. Rin finally remembered asking Kazushi to lend her that much money. What? Why did you guys bring it to me? Why did they do this? Did it have to do anything with Kazushi's disappearance? Where's Kazushi? What? Has Haruma-kun disappeared? It seems Kazushi doesn't know his whereabouts either, and neither did any of the other girls. Where in the world is Haruma Kazushi? Haruma's missing? Don't tell me he ran out on you. No, Kazushi wouldn't do that. That's right, Kazushi will take responsibility for it. Responsibility for what? What is this money for? Something going on behind my back. Rand was beginning to feel nervous. Everyone donated some. It's 100,000 yen and a bit more. Is that enough? Enough for what? Rin had no clue what was going on and why the girls were suddenly raising the money she had asked to borrow from Kazushi. This was making for a very oppressive atmosphere. So did you find a good doctor? I don't suggest using the clinic here on the island. What, a doctor? I can ask a friend of mine to arrange a boat for you if you need one. Don't worry, he won't tell anyone. Who needs a doctor? I don't. You don't need to hide it, we all know. Maybe you do, but I've got no idea what you guys are talking about. Rin and the other girls stared at each other in silence. Hey, this sounds strange, doesn't it? Yes, she doesn't seem to be lying either. Maybe Rin's not really pregnant. Rin was astonished by what she just heard. And they weren't kidding. Look at her fucking face. What? Pregnant? Who the hell's baby am I supposed to be pregnant with? Well, Haruma-kun's, right? Haruma-kun got you knocked up and... Why would I be pregnant with Kazushi's baby? Where do you get that kind of crazy idea from? Rin was red beat. How in the world did she end up pregnant with Kazushi's kid? I see, I told you. This whole thing sounded fishy. What am I supposed to do? I already made my special red bean rice for dinner tonight. Red bean rice. Rin, listen. Rin became even more flushed. It was rare to see her face that red. Well, we can just eat the rice for dinner. It wasn't a celebration anyways. Oh yeah, you're right. Even if she were pregnant at the hospital, the baby would be right. Looks like that was false too. In the end, it's all good. It's not good, Kazuku. You're the one who said it in the first place. Well, it's because Kazushi was trying like crazy to raise that kind of money out of nowhere. What else would you think? Everyone sighed with relief. Though they thought Rin had become pregnant and Kazushi was trying to raise money for an abortion. Oh! Oh! I didn't know that. Why did you come up with that idea? You all jumped to that gun. All jumped the gun. Because you and Haruma have been so close to each other lately. Me and Kazushi? Is that how we looked? By all means, everyone thinks the same thing. You started hanging out with us recently too, so we all figured that if you were in love... Wait, that if you were in love... What? If you were in love, that explained everything. Okay. In love with someone. She became flushed again while everyone chuckled at her. Kazushi's a nice guy, and I like him, but... Left didn't sound quite right. There wasn't anything special relationship. Wasn't any special relationship between them. The Kazushi's gone now. The guy said he wouldn't run away, but she had no clue. And where did Kazushi go then? All the food from lunch will be gone soon. What's up? Wait, what you said? I didn't even look at that. What's up, everyone? Mei Sensei approached the girls, huddling over with a concerned look. Anything wrong? No, there's nothing wrong. She's not pregnant. What? Pregnant? What happened? Mei Sensei became really worried. We haven't seen Haruma-kun around. Have you heard anything? Haruma-kun? Everyone felt like she knew something about him from her tone. Where is Haruma-kun? Oh, I told him no, but Haruma-kun seemed to have his own reasons and insisted, so... I don't get it at all. Where's Kazushi? He went home. What? No way I went home. It was raining tonight. Wow, it's really pouring down. The rain woke up, ran, and she went outside alone. Far below, she could see the sea churning beneath her. The ocean's gonna be wild. You couldn't come back by boat in this. Kazushi probably wouldn't be back tonight. Will he ever be coming back? Ren felt worried as she watched the turbulent waves. I never thought Kazushi would leave the island. I shouldn't have said such a thing. He might enjoy his home. She went home during her first New Year's break as a freshman. She felt so comfortable that she didn't want to return to the island. Kazushi might not be returning. Why do I keep thinking so negatively? Was I always this pessimistic? She thought. What's wrong with me? She didn't feel like herself, and she couldn't calm down. It was the first time she had ever felt so restless. It's just a guy who's been around for a while and isn't here anymore. That's it. That's it. Jeez, what the hell am I thinking about and doing here? She knew standing here and getting soaked wouldn't help anything, but she couldn't move. What are you doing here? Rin was startled by hearing Oppo's voice. Startled to hear Oppo's voice. She never expected to run into anyone outside at midnight. You don't have to be that surprised, Ran. Oppo and Kazuko were holding each other's arms under one umbrella. You're soaked. Is it your hobby to get soaking wet while watching the sea or something? Sort of. I feel like doing this once a year. Alright, I won't say anything else, but be careful or you'll catch a cold even though it's summer. Kazuko's tone was a bit hurt, but Ran went beyond surprise at her concern and felt bashful. Kazuko really had a change lately. Ever since she started seeing Oppo. That's your concern. I'm going back now. There was no point staying here any longer. It was almost time for lights out anyways. Oh yeah, we're heading to Fuchan's room. I probably won't be back until tomorrow afternoon. Oppo said it as if he's talking to himself. Rin thought he was bragging, but then realized it. So that means there won't be anyone back in your room? Right, I don't remember. Wait, I don't think Kazushi will return. Wait, what? We'll be back tonight, sorry. Kazuko's right. If Oppo wasn't coming back to the room, then there wouldn't be no one in Kazushi's room. Let's hurry up and get to yours. Hehe, I wonder how many times you'll send me to heaven tonight. Ren shouted with disgust at the conversation, but reminded her that they were a couple and it's totally okay for them to talk about stuff like this. And again, Ren didn't even want to imagine what they were planning to do. You're not going back to the dorm, Ren? Go ahead, I'll be back later. Okay, see you then. See you. You two have a good night. It reeks. It was sweaty. There was an unwashed smell of boys everywhere. This must what a typical man room smell like. Not really. It was quite a mess. Can they sleep in here? Boys are really tough. Rin searched for something to wipe herself off with and found a drawer with Kazushi's clothes. When she opened it, she found a bath towel. She borrowed it and wiped herself off. I'll borrow his clothes too. She took off her wet clothes and put on Kazushi's gold shirt. She felt much better. The dry set of clothes on. Rin sat down by the window with the lights off. She didn't want to risk anyone peeking in and finding her. She saw unmade beds laid out next to her. Which one is Kazushi's? Fuck, I gotta blur that shit out. No. Rin gingerly smelled both of the mattresses. Sniff. What the hell am I doing? I'm acting like a dog. Maybe she was because she could tell which one is Kazushi by the scent. How could I tell? She didn't know. She never paid attention to his scent before, but she knew at first sniff. What is it called? Pheromones? I believe Appa was talking about it, like in the first 2 minutes. Maybe just a little bit. She laid down on Kazuki's bed, putting her forehead on his pillow and breathing in his scent. Wow. She sighed deeply and really felt like she was being a woman. I'm getting horny. She was starting to have fun. She was having fun knowing that she was getting turned on and buried her face in his pillow, held it close. Haha, I'm totally acting like a pervert. She flapped her legs around on his futon as she held the pillow close. She took in deep breaths of his scent. Her head became dizzy. Shortage of oxygen. She toned herself down and closed her eyes. Her consciousness began to fade. She could feel herself growing relaxed. As she relaxed, she grew sleepy. Wearing Kazushi's clothes and towel, sleeping in his futon, she felt like she was being enveloped in his presence. I'm so sleepy. If she fell asleep, she'll have a nice night's rest. She couldn't win against that temptation and ran steadily drift off to sleep. It was quite. It was quiet outside. The rain must have stopped. The quiet, dim room was just like a aquarium at night. Am I really falling us? I wonder if anything good's gonna happen when I wake up tomorrow. I think that Ran went deep into a deep. Oh, I'm back. There's no energy left in my voice after all. I had been screaming nearly all day long. I'm surprised we've managed to cross that stormy sea. My legs are still shaking. Nature is so frightening. I moved my trembling legs towards my futon. I could see my towel and the bed raised like someone was there. Must be Appa. Who else? Must have passed out my futon instead of his. It's not like either of us make them anyways. Hey, Oppo, get up. You could hear him happily snoring under the blanket. Wasn't he hot? Hey, let me sleep in my own bed. I grabbed the blanket and yanked it off of him. Huh? Why was Rin here? Why is Rin in my futon? Why was Rin wearing my shirt? You could hardly call it wearing it, though. It was practically flipping off, and Rin's entire chest was in plain view. She's not wearing a bra. I found her bra thrown on the floor beside my futon. What's going on here? She was practically naked above the waist, and a pair of panties was all she had below. That's how she was sleeping in my bed? What was I supposed to do? And shifted around after her long eyelashes fluttered, her eyes open. She looked at me innocently. Good morning. You know, it's so sad. I can't use this as a thumbnail. It's just so... I'm gonna have to blur it out. She stared at me. Her eyes were quite big. Her eyes are quite big. I gotta blur this shit out too. What the fuck? I gotta blur all this shit out. Yes, what? Suddenly, Rain got up and pounced on me. I fell back from the impact and landed with her on top. What are you doing? You're all sweaty. It's so hot in this room. How can you sleep like this every night? I don't have a choice. This is the only place we've got. That's true, yet you still came back. She said quietly. She didn't think I'd be back. Hey, Ran. What? Don't worry about a little sweat. No, it's not sweat. Why don't you put some clothes on? Huh? Ran looked at herself and became aware of the situation. Boobs. My bra. Ah! She covered them with her hands, but it was too late. Did you see them? Oh yeah. Well, that's okay. Okay. She was a good sport about it, then held her hand out. What? You saw them? Wouldn't you pay if you went to a strip club? You're a stripper now? Have more respect for yourself. I do. I haven't shown them to anyone except you. What the hell does that mean? What does that mean you don't mind showing me? This is kind of exciting. Come on, pay up. Got some money, right? Ren flapped her hand out. I remember why I went back to the mainland today. Oh yeah, I got the money. I took an envelope out of my pocket. My hand shook a bit as I handed it over to Ran. What is this? Her voice trembled slightly. She knew what was inside. As promised, I got it together for you. It was quite heavy and thick. Just thinking of what was inside made me nervous. How much is inside? She probably had a good guess already. Ren's face was tense. Ready? It's 1 million. What the fuck? No, dude. She asked for 100,000 yen. What the fuck? That's too much fucking money, dude. That's 100,000 big buckaroos. How the fuck did he get his hands on $100,000? I don't know how Kazushi does it. How does he get his hand on 100? Actually, no, it's $10,000. What the fuck am I getting so hot about? 10,000 fucking dollars. Oh, dude, I was dying, dude. It's just 10,000 fucking dollars. Because 100,000 is $1,000. This is 10,000 fucking dollars. My math was so off for a second. It's about $100,000. Why do I keep on saying 100,000? It's 10,000. What the fuck? Wow. I don't know why, but when I sold my dad's motorcycle, I got a 1 million yen. At first, I thought I'd be lucky to sell it for 100,000, but I didn't know it was that expensive. Is it okay to sell his motorcycle? Hell no. He murdered me 1,000 times over if he found out. You did it for me. You took that much of a risk. Wasn't planning to, but I guess I did. Ring clung onto me. Though it was more like she jumped on me, I found myself unable to move as she mounted me. Okay, guys, I may have to skip ahead. What? Let's have sex. What? Rim pressed her lips against mine. I could hardly breathe.